Hippo here. So we're back today, and we're taking out the Minotaur today. And this is one of those battles where, you know, if you don't like to watch a team throw, then you should probably not watch this one. But anyway, I do fine in this battle, and really that's all I care about. If I get out in the battle with, you know, decent XP, then if it's a win or a lose, that's less important to me. This is obviously the Minotaur. I haven't played it in a while, actually, because I don't really know why. I just thought, okay, I'll give it a break, because I played it a lot and I have a lot of videos about it, and it's just like playing the same ship all the time and showing videos of the same ship all the time. It just gets a little old. But it's been a while since we had a Minotaur video, so I'm going to put one up today. So first, let's just have a look at my build. So this is the same Minotaur build I almost always run. Well, pretty much 99% of the time I run Tenant with the Shield Lane Baltimore and Takao. Takao because she gives a little bit of extra AVA, and I like that. Other than that, it's a fairly standard agile build here. And of course I run Radar, I don't run Smoke. I don't really see the point of Smoke Minos, but anyway, each to their own. On the ship, aiming systems. And then I have double rudder, obviously, since this is an agile build. And in the last slot I have the improved reload time. It doesn't really do much, but we have it. 3 heals, 3 sonars, and 3 radars. So it's a ship that's full of utility. And of course, remember that you have the choice of smoke if that's your thing. 2.3 rudder, 38 knots, and fairly agile. And of course, it's got that nice British acceleration as well, just like Edinburgh. And of course, with this build here, you're packed with sonars, you're packed with radars, you're packed with the awesome heals that you know, comes with this ship. And of course, you've got 10 torpedoes on each side, and it's just a ship that has everything except for armor, because it is a floating citadel, and an enemy Minotaur is going to find that out later in this battle here. But I mean, I started at B, so I'm going to see if I can grab B and perhaps get a destroyer with me in the beginning here, but unfortunately they are all hiding. And you saw how I actually used my radar quite early here, which is on purpose, because sometimes when you use the radar early, like, you scare the destroyers from actually entering the cap, which means that you'll be able to cap while they are, you know, panicking out there. And that's exactly what happened here. I fired it off probably 10 seconds earlier than you would do normally, and then I caught the destroyers on the way into the cap, not when they're already in the cap. Because if you can catch them at that, you know, that point where they have to make a decision, you know, do I continue going into the cap or do I disengage? Like, mostly, and it's of course not every time, but mostly they disengage then, and that leaves you to grab the cap. If you wait too long, then the destroyers are already in the cap, and you know, they're greedy and they think, I'm gonna stick it out in here. So if you can pop the radar not too early, but just a little bit earlier than you usually would, especially on this map here, so you can scare them out of B, and that way you can grab the cap right in front of them, basically. And that's exactly what I did here. So B is now mine, and A is, I don't know what's going on over here, but it's not doing very well. So we're going to shift focus over here to the A cap, because I kind of have to. I mean, my team has given up on C already. That's not going to happen, and people are congregating here at B, and that's just not good. So I'm going to try to get away from all the battleships and everyone here in my team, because like, the more ships you have in, you know, quadrants that are right next to each other, like, the worse you're going to do. So we're going to head over here to A, where we still have a chance of actually grabbing this cap here back. Because we have a destroyer over here and a battleship over here. Like, C is a lost cause. You see all the battleships just hiding behind the same island, and they're not even spreading their fire or anything like that. It's just a loss waiting to happen. So we're going to go to the cap where we can actually make a difference. So there is a Minotaur over here at the A cap, and that's why, I'm assuming that's why my destroyer isn't really pushing in, because he's trying to stay out of radar range, which, yeah. Just miss out on the kill on the Yami there, which is a shame. There's actually 2 ships I miss out on killing in this battle here, and the Yami was one of them, and there's gonna be a next one, like a new one later. And if I had gotten those, that would have made the kill total 8 kills, but yeah, we didn't get them. So we're going to just push in on this lion here. There's actually both a lion in this game here, and on my team there's a Missouri. And I mean, obviously they are like rarer ships that, you know, it takes a bit of effort to actually get, and a bit of knowledge of the game, especially for the Missouri. I mean, you have to save up 30,000 steel, which takes quite a while and kind of requires you to play the game fairly well. You cannot just, you know, buy steel. So yeah, well, that's all I'm gonna say about that. As Forrest Gump says. So we're lucky to get some nice shots on this set 23 here, and he drops off, you know, because he hides in the smoke. But obviously we have our radar, so we can just finish him off that way. And actually I didn't need to use the radar because my last salvo hit him, so I probably should have just waited to see if that salvo hit or not. But there's so much going on. So we are 4 ships left versus 6, and that's bad because the enemy has 2 destroyers left. And it's a bit of a shame I didn't get any shots at destroyers right in the beginning, because it would have helped out a lot. I did try, but you can't push too much in Minotaur, like, because then you're just gonna get citadeled. So I did what I could, but also, like, you have to, you know, make your plays. And this flank here was falling, so I decided, okay, we're gonna take this one here. But in the meantime, obviously, the 3 battleships that were guarding B have lost B, and 2 of them have been sunk in the process. So yeah, it's a interesting battle, this one here. And I was actually talking to Aaron while I was playing this battle here, and I was like, he was wanting me to div up, and at this point here I was like, yeah, that probably sounds like a good idea, just like yelling at my team a little bit. And then I was just talking to Aaron here. I didn't really do anything. I was just sitting here and holding the cap and waiting for pretty much a miracle, basically, because I thought I was gonna get whacked by this eye over here immediately, and then I could just quit the battle and jump in to Aaron's stream, and we could continue from there. I mean, if you look at the current state of the this battle here, then it's obviously that this is going to be a loss. Like, we are 188 points versus 625. We have 3 ships, soon to be 2 ships, against 6 ships. There we are, 2 ships versus 6, and the enemies have every single cap available. So I'm relaying that to Aaron at the time, and I'm just saying, oh, well, sooner or later I'm gonna get whacked, and then I can leave the game, and I'll join the stream. So the Iowa is making like a half attempt at getting me here, and this is like the time where I'm thinking, oh well, he's gonna citadel me with one of these salvos here, and that'll be the end of it, and I can move on. But if you then notice what's going on here in the cap, you can see the Minotaur is actually making a move for it. I mean, all he had to do was stay put, and they would win this battle here. But it's not just him. There's actually 2 ships now, so it's also the Martel. So I'm obviously angled pretty well here, so I don't really take any damage. And he decides to show broadside at this range here, which is obviously a huge mistake. And just gotta avoid all the torps. And notice here, when I shoot at the Martel, I get lots of overpins because I'm shooting the wrong place. And I'm doing it again. But this time I hit under the turrets, and that's where you get the citadels, because that's where the Martel's citadel actually goes all the way out to the casemate, and it's the only place where you can really citadel it with a British cruiser with like the special AP. Because if you shoot in the middle of the ship, you know, the shells are just gonna detonate in the hollow, like kind of hollow room between the casemate and the citadel, and you're not gonna get anything out of it. So you have to hit the Martel under its turrets. That's the only place where the citadel goes all the way out, and you will actually be able to score citadel hits. That goes for the Edinburgh as well, and of course every other British cruiser with, you know, the short fuse AP. Because the problem is that the shells just enter the whole like very short like way, and then they explode, and that's why the armor works the way it does on Martel. So remember that if you're in Martel, you can actually show broadside to a Minotaur and get away with it, except if the Minotaur player knows what they're doing and shoots under the turrets. So we've just taken out 3 ships here, and we're now 2 versus 2, and I am screaming and hollering at this destroyer here to get in and actually help, because could actually turn this battle here. I mean, we're not going to win on points, that's obvious, but there's only 2 battleships left, and I mean, a destroyer and a Minotaur, we should be able to do that, if the destroyer would play ball here. So the Iowa is almost dead, and obviously that's a good thing, because if he shows broadside to me, I can take him out with probably just 2-3 salvos, something like that. And if you noticed, we happen to have a Kraken as well and a Confederate. But the Bismarck is full health, and that's not good. I mean, I can't really wait these guys out, because well, we're gonna run out of time then, and we're gonna lose on points, and they're too far away to really rush at the moment. And I was kind of hoping that they would continue on the current trajectory, so I could switch from this cap to the B cap. But something's got them, I don't know, spooked or whatever, because you can look at the turrets, they're suddenly all, turned this way. And if I get the Bismarck down here, and he wants to, brawl me, I need to have every single torp hitting that ship to be able to take him out, and I probably will. Buy it no matter what I do. So I'm just, contemplating what I'm gonna do here. You can see the Bismarck has now turned towards me, and the same thing with the Iowa. And I'm only half health. I do have a heal left, but again, this is not looking good. But then you notice I can see, okay, the Iowa is turning. I mean, as long as I have the Iowa broadside, then I can definitely deal with him. And then, like, see, the destroyer is not coming in. He was making a move towards B, but then when the battleships showed up, he just abandoned it. So I'm obviously pretty frustrated now, and I don't really care anymore. I'm just gonna go and play with Aaron now. So I make a rush for it here. Try to get the Bismarck with torps, and then get the Iowa with traditional means, which is my wonderful AP here. And like I said, the Iowa is not really a problem. Because he's going to go down really quickly, and there's the high caliber there at 129. See, up a little bit more than 3 salvos, but in the end, he's still a goner. And the Bismarck evades my torpedoes, which I did not think he would. I thought I was going to have him here. So I'm obviously in a pretty bad spot now. I'm going to shoot my last torps and just hope that I get him. So if I were to land all my torps here, I would have, got rid of this Bismarck here, but I only land 3, which is unfortunate, but what can you do? I mean, that destroyer is refusing to help out, and it would have been easy for him to torp that Bismarck there. But, yep, wasn't to be. Anyway, I don't really have a problem with this battle here. I mean, I have Kraken, high caliber, Confederate, solo cap, 6 kills, 14 citadels. So I'm gonna get handsomely rewarded with XP here. So honestly, I don't really care at all. But it still irks, I mean, we came back from a 6 versus 2, and I made it a 2 versus 2. And there's plenty of time here for this destroyer to actually have moved in if he started a little bit earlier in the game when I told him to. But whatever. But like I said, I don't really care. I got plenty of XP out of this battle here, and I really can't complain. So I'm just going to skip the last minute or so here, because seriously, nothing happens. Like, the DD just enters the cap, but it's obviously way too late, and he would have to make some sort of YOLO play here, but it's too late. So like I said, a shame, but I mean, these battles happen all the time, especially if you play solo. It's just get used to it, I guess. 171,000, 2600 XP on a loss. So pretty good effort, but like I said, I'm fine with this. I don't really care. I got plenty of XP. So hope you enjoyed this rather unfair battle here, I think. And I'll see you out there.